to make sure Britt's okay. Who is she?
You mean who was she? She's supposed to be dead.
The world of daytime television is built on a foundation of high-stakes drama, but sometimes the most poignant stories unfold not on the soundstage, but in the quiet, real-life battles of the actors who bring our favorite characters to life. For fans of ABC's long-running soap opera General Hospital, one such sobering reality came in the summer of 2021 when it was revealed that Kirsten Storms, the beloved actress behind the fiery and fan-favorite Maxie Jones, would be undergoing brain surgery. This wasn't a sudden, shocking plot twist, but the culmination of a long, private, and arduous journey with a chronic health condition, a journey that highlighted Storm's profound resilience and the unique, family-like bond of the General Hospital community. A private struggle, the history of endometriosis. Long before the term brain surgery entered the public narrative, Kirsten Storms had been a vocal advocate for women suffering from endometriosis. For years, she openly discussed her struggles with the condition, a painful disorder where tissue similar to the uterine lining grows outside the uterus. Her battle was far from invisible. It necessitated multiple medical leaves from General Hospital. In 2011, she underwent major surgery for endometriosis, which required a significant recovery period. She spoke candidly about the debilitating pain, the frustration of misdiagnosis, and the impact it had on her personal and professional life. These earlier absences were a prelude, a public testament to a body that was already fighting a relentless internal war. Each return to the canvas was a victory, a demonstration of her commitment to her craft and to the characters she had embodied since 2005. The unseen culprit, a cyst on the brain. The specific medical issue that led to the 2021 surgery was a brain cyst. While the exact type was not detailed publicly, brain cysts are typically non-cancerous, fluid-filled sacs that can develop in the brain. However, non-cancerous does not mean harmless. Depending on their size and location, these cysts can cause a devastating array of symptoms by putting pressure on critical parts of the brain. For Storms, the cyst was the suspected root cause of a series of alarming symptoms she had been experiencing. These included severe and persistent headaches, dizziness, and most notably, issues with her vision and memory. For an actress whose job relies on memorizing dense, complex scripts daily and hitting precise emotional marks on cue, the cognitive symptoms were particularly terrifying. It was a silent, invisible enemy threatening the very tools of her trade. The decision to undergo surgery is never taken lightly, especially when the operating room is the human brain. It signified that the symptoms had reached a point where the risks of the procedure were outweighed by the debilitating quality of life she was enduring. This was not an elective procedure. It was a medical necessity to reclaim her health and her life. The announcement and the outpouring of support. In June 2021, Kirsten Storms took to her Instagram to share the daunting news with her fans. Her announcement was a masterclass in grace under pressure. She was transparent about the seriousness of the situation, yet infused her message with hope and characteristic humility. She explained that she would be taking another medical leave from General Hospital to address a personal health matter, which was later confirmed by sources to be brain surgery. She expressed her gratitude for the show's producers and her castmates, who had rallied around her with unwavering support. The General Hospital family, from executive producer Frank Valentini to her on-screen partners like Kelly Monaco, Sam McCall, and Wes Ramsey, ex-Peter August, became her real-life support system. The fan response was immediate and overwhelming. The hashtag General Hospital community on social media erupted with messages of love, support, and prayers. Fans shared their own health stories, creating a powerful tapestry of empathy and solidarity. Hashtags like hashtag Team Kirsten and hashtag GetWellSoon Kirsten trended, a clear indicator of how deeply she and her character, Maxie, had embedded themselves into the hearts of viewers. This wasn't just about an actress taking a leave. It was about a beloved member of a community facing a fearsome challenge. The art of the absence, writing around a star. From a production standpoint, the sudden and extended absence of a central character like Maxie Jones presented a significant creative challenge. Maxie was, at that very time, entrenched in one of the most critical storylines of her life, the aftermath of her baby swap with Brooklyn Quartermaine, Amanda Sutton. She had just given birth and was at the emotional center of a sprawling plot. The show's writers, with characteristic soap opera ingenuity, crafted a plausible and engaging exit. They utilized the existing, high-stakes circumstances of the story. With her character in danger from the villainous Peter August, it was written that Maxie would go on the run to protect her newborn daughter, Louise, whom she believed to be Bailey. This allowed Storms to be absent for her recovery, while keeping Maxie a constant, urgent topic of conversation in Port Charles. Other characters, like her best friend Lulu, then Emmy Rylan, her mother Felicia, Christina Wagner, and the baby's father, Spinelli Bradford Anderson, carried the emotional weight of her absence, their worry for the missing Maxie mirroring the audience's very real concern for Kirsten. This seamless integration of a real-life crisis into the show's narrative was a testament to the writer's skill and the show's deep respect for its star. It protected Storm's privacy, while honoring her character's importance. Brain surgery is not a quick fix. Recovery is a marathon, not a sprint. Storms was understandably absent from the public eye for months following her procedure. Her social media, usually a mix of personal insights and professional promotions, went quiet, a silence that spoke volumes about the intensity of her healing process. When she did begin to resurface, it was in small, cautious steps. She posted messages of gratitude to her fans, assuring them she was on the mend and focusing on her health. The specifics of her recovery were kept private, but it was clear that the path was challenging. The side effects of such surgery can include fatigue, cognitive fog, and the need for physical and occupational therapy, all while the brain itself heals from the trauma of the operation. Her return to work in late 2021 was undoubtedly a phased and carefully managed process. The demanding schedule of a daily soap opera is grueling for even the healthiest individual. For someone recovering from brain surgery, it would have required immense patience and accommodation from the production team. Scenes may have been shortened, lines adjusted, and workdays made more flexible to ease her back into the relentless pace of Port Charles. A triumphant return and a new perspective. Kirsten Storm's return to General Hospital was more than just an actress resuming her role. It was a triumph of the human spirit. When Maxie Jones finally returned to Port Charles, there was an added layer of depth and gravitas in Storm's performance. While she has always been a gifted actress, her portrayal of Maxie now seemed infused with a hard-won wisdom and a palpable appreciation for the moment. She had faced one of the greatest fears a person can confront and had emerged on the other side. This real-life experience undoubtedly informs her work, allowing her to tap into. Her journey has also solidified her role as an inspiration beyond the screen. By being so open about her endometriosis and then facing brain surgery with such public courage, she has become a beacon for anyone dealing with chronic illness or major medical procedures. She demonstrated that it is possible to be a successful, powerful woman while also being vulnerable and acknowledging personal limitations. Her story is one of asking for help, accepting support, and prioritizing one's health, a powerful message in a culture that often prizes relentless productivity. Conclusion: more than an actress, a symbol of resilience. Kirsten Storm's decision to undergo brain surgery was a private medical decision that became a very public story of courage, community, and comeback. It peeled back the curtain on the human beings behind the characters we invite into our homes every day, reminding us that the strength we see on screen is often mirrored and sometimes forged by strength in real life. Her journey underscored the unique nature of the General Hospital set, not as a mere workplace, but as a family that rallies its own in times of crisis. Furthermore, it showcased the profound loyalty of soap opera fans, whose support transcends the fictional narrative and extends to the well-being of the actors themselves. Today, Kirsten Storms continues to deliver captivating performances as Maxie Jones, her talent undimmed and her spirit seemingly stronger than ever. Her brain surgery was not a defining tragedy, but a challenging chapter in an ongoing story of resilience. It solidified her legacy, not just as a talented actress who has entertained millions for nearly 2 decades, but as a fighter whose real-life strength is the most compelling drama of all. General Hospital, GH, spoilers for Thursday, October 16th, reveal that Jason Morgan, Steve Burton, will expose Jack Brennan's, Chris McKenna, lies to Carly Spencer, Laura Wright, while Molly Lansing Davis, Kristen Vagano's reels over Rick Lansing's, Rick Hurst, wild story. At Alexis Davis's, Nancy Lee Grahn Place, Molly just showed up and will have plenty of questions in Thursday's GH episode. Rick will share a heartfelt reunion with Molly, who'll ask what he's doing there. Of course, Molly will wonder why Alexis, Ava Jerome, Maura West, and Christina Corinthos Davis, Kate Monsey, are standing around looking guilty. Cody Bell's, Josh Kelly, presence will also leave Molly confused, but Rick will have a wild story to tell his daughter. Rick is hopping mad over his time in captivity and seems poised to spill the truth to Molly, even if it means admitting his own blackmail. Cody also knows everything that went down and can fill Molly in on his stunning basement discovery. Since Cody will get a nice surprise in Thursday's show, Molly might plan a kiss of gratitude since he freed Rick from his restraints. As for Alexis, Ava, and Christina, they may face Molly's fury soon enough. Over with Felicia Scorpio, Christina Wagner. She'll tell Elizabeth Baldwin, Rebecca Herbst, that Nathan West, Ryan Pavey, wants to take James West, Gary James Fuller, and acknowledge that Nathan has every right to. Even so, Felicia will fret over James potentially being yanked out of his current home when he needs stability. As for Anna Devane, Finola Hughes, she won't like the timing of Nathan coming back immediately after Britt Westbourne's, Kelly Thibault, return. Whether he's deceased or alive somehow, Anna will be convinced that all roads lead to Caesar Faison, Anders Hove. While Anna has an epiphany about the whole situation, Jason will open Carly's eyes to the truth about Brennan. After Jason declares that Brennan has been lying about everything, he'll reveal that Brennan recruited Jocelyn Jacks, Eden McCoy, to join the WSB. Jason will spill Brennan's dirty secrets while Valentine Cassadine, James Patrick Stewart, plays hardball at Steinmuir. Brennan came through by granting Valentine's demand to see Charlotte Cassadine, Bluesy Burke, so now he wants to know all about Faison's final project. However, Valentine will insist he's got another condition and will expect Brennan to do him one last favor before he comes clean. On the jet back to Port Charles, Lulu Spencer, Alexa Havens-Bruning, will warn Charlotte that seeing Valentine comes with a certain level of risk. The visit Charlotte just wrapped up could serve as a reminder to Valentine's enemies of what truly matters to him, and that could put Charlotte in danger. Britt will also receive a special visitor on Thursday's episode, so she'll smile and ask what this person is doing there. It could be Rocco Falconeri, Finn Carr, who seeks Britt out, but Charlotte will no doubt insist Britt is bad news once she gets back home. Valentine wanted Charlotte to pass that message along to Rocco, so that's presumably what she'll do following her return to PC. General Hospital spoilers say Britt may bond with Rocco in the meantime, so stay tuned for updates on their strange relationship. CDL's where you want to be for fantastic General Hospital spoilers, updates, and news, so make us your go-to GH source. General Hospital, GH, recap for Wednesday, October 15th, reveals that Caesar Faison's, Anders Hove, final project info was the focus as Jack Brennan, Chris McKenna, demanded Valentine Cassadine's, James Patrick Stewart, secret. At Steinmuir, Lulu Spencer, Alexa Havens-Bruning, made it clear to Valentine that if he wanted to see Charlotte Cassadine, Bluesy Burke, he needed to let her know it was okay to keep thriving in Port Charles without him. Valentine pointed out that he let himself get taken into custody so Charlotte could live in PC with Lulu, so he wanted what was best for their daughter, too. Meanwhile, Charlotte waited in another area with Brennan and gave him an attitude. Valentine had never pretended to be innocent like Brennan, so Charlotte threw that in Jack's face. Once Lulu let Charlotte enter, she gave Brennan a warning. Lulu insisted she wasn't putting Charlotte through this again, so she hoped Brennan got whatever he was after out of this deal with Valentine. During their sweet visit, Charlotte called Valentine Dad, so he assured her that it was fine, and that he knew she'd outgrow using Papa eventually. Valentine was thrilled as he got updates on Charlotte's life and suggested that they'd be together again one day. Since Valentine knew about Britt Westbourne, Kelly Thibault, coming back to Port Charles, he warned Charlotte that Britt couldn't be trusted and wanted her to tell Rocco Falconeri, Finn Carr, that, too. Once time was up, Charlotte hugged Valentine goodbye before leaving with Lulu. Since Brennan kept his end of the bargain, he approached Valentine alone and pushed him to reveal everything he knew about Faison's final project. At the Metro Court, Tracy Quartermaine, Jane Elliott, interrupted Lucas Jones, Van Hansis, lunch date with Marco Rios, Adrian Anchondo, to seek help driving Veronica Ronnie Bard, Erica Slazak, out of the Quartermaine mansion. Lucas stepped away while Marco gave Tracy some legal advice about contesting Monica Quartermaine's, Leslie Charleson will. Marco warned that pursuing this case would be costly and could take years, but getting other people to view Ronnie as a problem could perhaps speed things along. At the bar nearby, Vaughn Bryce Durfee tossed threats and questions at Britt, but she wasn't intimidated. Lucas eventually popped up, so Britt grilled him about what he did to drive Brad Cooper, Perry Shen, away from Port Charles. Lucas hinted that he thought a reunion might be possible. Vaughn would have to answer to Lucas if there was any more trouble. Once Lucas sauntered off, Britt pointed out that she could have exposed Jocelyn as part of the WSB and wanted an incentive to keep quiet. Vaughn shut down Britt's attempts to negotiate before exiting. Britt stopped by Lucas' table with Marco and introduced herself to his new boyfriend. After making it known that she was Brad's bestie, Britt suggested Marco could never live up to Lucas' high standards. However, Lucas reassured Marco once they were alone since he assumed Lucas wasn't a liar like Brad. At Bobby's, Ronnie ordered a BLT from Giovanni Palmieri Mazza, who admitted it was his first shift. As Ronnie talked about getting the Quartermaine mansion, she learned Gio was new to the family as well and insisted he was welcome at the house anytime. Gio opened up about his recent struggles, but Ronnie gave him some words of wisdom about embracing family while he had the chance. Later, Dante Falconeri, Dominic Zamprogna, stopped by for coffee and hoped that was okay with Gio. After Gio poured Dante a cup, he smiled and said it was on the house. In the Quartermaine kitchen, Brooklyn Quartermaine, Amanda Seton, spoke to Harrison Chase, Josh Swickard, about throwing a tea party and introducing Ronnie to some key players in Port Charles. To make sure Ronnie wouldn't sell the house to an outsider, Brooklyn suggested they had to make her feel like part of the family. Brooklyn also had a plan to avoid Tracy causing drama since she was holding this event on a day when Tracy had another commitment. Once Ronnie appeared, Brooklyn made her big pitch, but Ronnie passed since tea parties weren't really her thing. Nevertheless, Brooklyn kept at it with Chase's help, so Ronnie eventually caved in and accepted the invitation. Later, Tracy came home and found out this tea party was happening, so she insisted on bailing on her other commitment to be there. At the PCPD, Molly Lansing Davis, Kristen Vaganos, explained her concerns regarding missing Rick Lansing, Rick Hurst, and had Dante try to nail down his phone's location. Once Dante scored that info for Molly, she was perplexed over where Rick seemed to be. In Alexis Davis's, Nancy Lee Grahn Seller, Cody Bell, Josh Kelly, found Rick and was floored. After Cody took the gag out of Rick's mouth, Rick insisted he was being held captive and pushed Cody to free him. Christina Corinthos Davis, Kate Monsey, noticed Cody's vehicle was outside when she arrived, so she told Alexis and Ava Jerome, Maura West, about that as she walked through the front door. Alexis suggested maybe Cody went for a walk with Molly, but Christina assumed her sister was at work. Christina ultimately went down to the cellar with Ava, so they freaked when they realized Rick was gone. Once Alexis left a voicemail for Molly, she was stunned as Cody walked in a newly freed Rick. Christina and Ava joined the chaotic confrontation as well, so Cody was shocked over all the kidnapping, drugging, blackmail, and car sabotage accusations. Alexis, Ava, and Christina begged Cody to sit tight for another hour since they were still waiting on money to be transferred back into Ace Cassidy's, Jay and Joey Clay, account. Cody was overwhelmed in the midst of Rick, Christina, Ava, and Alexis' argument, so he started to run out the door. When Cody opened it, Molly was standing there smiling at him. General Hospital spoilers say Molly has some shocking news ahead of her, so stay tuned. CDL will have all the hottest General Hospital spoilers, updates, and news to check out, so make us your top GH source. Open web. Related posts. General Hospital recap. Tuesday, February 13th. Dex chooses grave over betraying Michael. Jocelyn's text tips off Carly. General Hospital Friday, August 16th recap. Jason uncovers Valentine's med tampering. Mac and Cody's father-son moment. General Hospital Friday, November 8th recap. Jason and Sasha escape Sidwell's explosion. Holly's sacrifice stuns daughter. General Hospital Tuesday, November 12th recap. Robert and Holly's happy ending exit. Laura demands Lulu wake up now. General Hospital Friday, November 15th. Recap. Drew snaps at Carly for taking Jason's side. Rick's deal rejected. General Hospital Tuesday, November 19th recap. Lulu awakens as Sam's funeral ends. Ava and Lucas visit Julian's grave. General Hospital Tuesday, November 26th recap. Sasha's pregnant. Lulu's bogus story for Cody. General Hospital Friday, February 21st recap. Brennan gets rid of Cyrus' body and pushes Jocelyn to join WSB. Willow and Michael's custody war ends in disaster. Drew gets both kids. CTS and emotional Maurice Bernard hinting Sonny Corinthos will die. CTS, check out our exciting General Hospital videos here. SOS GH spoilers. Trina forced to ask Cyrus for help as emergency arises. SOS General Hospital plot twist. Jen's Sidwell a member of the Cassadine family? CTS Prince Harry is close to getting deported. CTS fans concerned about missing Kelly Monaco. SS Disneyland opened a haunted mansion's secret entrance. Details here. TMT General Hospital. Sunny and Nina are out. Ava recycles her former flame. GHT love soaps? Sign up for our newsletter here. Daytime soap newsletter. Kate Middleton News. Kate Middleton News. Photos, pictures, galleries, and videos. Read more. Plastic surgery celebrity cosmetic/plastic surgery news. Before and after pictures. Read more. Gillian Anderson and David Duchovny. Are Gillian and David a couple? We have the answer here. Read more. Kim Kardashian News. Kim Kardashian photos, pictures, galleries, and videos. Read more. Love and romance. Who's dating? Who's married? Who's in love? Read more. Celeb tattoos. The best and worst celebrity tattoos. Read more. Around the web. Around the world. Steve Burton, Jacqueline McInnes, Wood Roger, Howarth Michelle, Stafford Laura, Wright Victoria, Conifel, Robert Scott, Wilson Courtney Hope. Home About Us PR/advertising links. Writers privacy policy. Contact us. Sitemap. Copyright 2008. Copyright Celeb Dirty Laundry, part of the MLRP Media Group. Robin Good and Anne-Marie LeBlanc, owners and editors-in-chief.